Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
This is Charles Boykin in Dayton, Ohio. Eric the Enemy just got the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator's job. And what I was thinking about is the reason why Eric the Enemy has never gotten a head coaching job, but he's been on the eye of everybody for getting it. But they said that he never called the plays on the actual game day. But I'm pretty sure he was involved and set up a lot of the plays and during the week. But Andy Reid is the one that actually calls the plays on game day. So how about the Browns with Van Pelt? Since he works with Kevin Stefanski, why don't they do the same thing that Kansas City does? And that's with Stefanski setting the plays up and Van Pelt actually calling the plays on game day. He did that when Stefanski was in his basement when we beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. So what do you think about that, switching that around? Thank you. Talk to you later.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Tim, I get the question. I don't know that that's a realistic possibility. Kevin Stefanski said he's going to call the plays. We'll see. I think his in-game game management, in-game kind of thing has to improve. That's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, and maybe, being the head coach, maybe stepping back, and letting Van Pelt call the plays would improve on those in-game decisions. But right now, like you said, he's going to be the one calling the plays. I mean, it's his offense. And in some cases, it's actually been pretty successful. We saw, there were plenty of times when he got a lot more of Jacoby Brissett than you were kind of expecting. It's hard to look at the last 6 games and really see, why the offense really struggled as much as it did. I mean, so many factors played into it. Deshaun Watson having to play, come back after almost 2 years of not having taken a snap. You look at the offense, having kind of changed philosophies on the fly and changed the way they do things, as opposed to the way they've been doing things for the first 11 games of the season. You have offensive line reshuffling. You have the injury to Ethan Posick. You have all these things going on that certainly made this offense, less functional at the end of the season than it was in the beginning of the season. I don't know if it's necessarily about who the play caller is. I think it just comes down to, again, got to make good decisions and you got to put your quarterback in the best position to be successful. But at the end of the day, that quarterback's also got to produce for you.
Yeah, and again, it's Kevin Stefanski's call. I mean, he's the one. Ultimately, it stops with him. If it's not successful, it's going to come back to him. So if he feels more comfortable in having, his fate, if you will, with him calling plays, then he should call the plays, because he is ultimately the one that's going to be judged wins and losses.